honestly, you take a look at the online marketplaces like Shein, like TEMU. Yes, I'm talking about the quality right now. For 1 minute, I want you to switch off, your brain about the quality of the item. But one thing I want you to focus your mind on is that if you ever take a finished product that has been, bought on TEMU or Shein, there's just one thing that you would actually realize, that most of these finished product, doesn't matter if they are trousers, they are t-shirt, gowns, skirts, whatever it is, they always have very good finishing. There's just no way you can see, something like this, which is like rests from your overlocker, the rest thread from your overlocker. You are definitely not going to see this. This is one thing I have noticed about most of these marketplaces. They have cheap products, but one thing that they tend to do very well is that they ensure that their finishing is highly on point. And this might just be the reason why people think that your sewing product is not just looking ready-made, because for one reason or the other, you have not put in the required amount of work, that is needed to make the finished project really look like ready-made project. Most of these companies, they have workers that their sole job is just to come to work, look through all the clothes that have been sewn, actually go ahead to remove any manner of rest thread. They do a lot of work in ensuring that the clothes, the pulley, the skirt, trousers, whatever it may be, they are actually looking the best, because they understand one thing that you do not understand. They understand that finishing is like 99% of the work. Quality, not everybody really knows what a good quality clothes is. Some people are just moved by, the price for which the item is going to be sold for. But these companies understand one thing. They understand that, look, if a buyer is to receive an item and all he or she sees are rest thread like this, the buyer is definitely going to make problems. They can go online and give a review. They understand that buyers just wants to receive item that is looking like an AI has just produced it. They make it look like humans have not really, handled these clothes. But I tell you, these clothes have been handled by humans. It's just that these companies actually do a lot of work to ensure that they remove everything that can be referred to as rest thread, every overlocker thread, every sewing machine thread. They try to remove them. In this way, the item is looking really, really premium. Now, let's come to you and I. We do not have the capacity to actually go like 100% looking at every stitch. But this is exactly what we should normally, be found doing. If you want to actually model, you want to make project that people will receive and think that, hey, this actually looks very, very premium, you have to be seen doing what the big brands are doing. Yes, I understand it might take a lot of work, but then the goal of every, tailor is that if you actually get to finish your product, sometimes it takes a lot of time to actually, finish a particular product, but then you do not want to finish a product and somebody sees it and all he or she sees are just rest threads like this. And then the person will be disappointed, not minding the fact that you've used actually very good fabric, very good threads to actually create the product. The person is just looking at, oh, what's this? The finishing looks so crazy. It doesn't look so clean. It doesn't look, or it doesn't even feel like ready-made, because now the buzzword is ready-made. Everybody just wants, to get ready-made item. It doesn't matter if it's a pillow cover. People just want to get it ready-made, Only a very few people still understand that, look, there's still a lot of benefit patronizing somebody that is going to cut, fabric and sew it into a finished product. Most times they get better deal in terms of quality. Just a few people still realize that. I'm not saying that the few people now is not enough to actually make you make a lot of money sewing. Yes, these few people is actually able to make you a millionaire. You see, these people, they still kind of trust the fact that people can make very decent clothing, and that, yes, people are actually so gifted as to be able to make, a very nice design. But the thing is, if you disappoint this trust that they have placed on you by just, sending them items that have not been well looked through, man, it's going to be bad. First of all, you are possibly going to be ruining your customer base, because if people just buy your stuff and they receive it and they realize that, look, it doesn't look clean, it doesn't look premium, it doesn't look ready-made, they might not be able to come back to your shop. And the more you keep doing that, the more you're actually, losing customer base. See, when you receive clothes from Shein or from TEMU, it's very, very unlikely that the item is going to be rumpled like this. These companies, they have, specialized, ironing boards or ironing robots that actually cleans these clothes up. See, when you receive them, they are always looking, well pressed, very premium. And yes, in as much as you can actually buy some of these industrial irons that they use, you can actually go ahead and do your little part. When you want to send an item, say pillow cover, to somebody that has just patronized you, yes, it makes a lot of sense for you to present the item in the best possible way. You see, if I didn't actually look through this now, the buyer is going to receive something like this, which has a lot of thread still on it. But then I have looked at the back of the clothes, then I flipped it over and I'm looking at the other side just to be sure that every kind of thread coming out from the fabric is actually, removed. This is the only way, if somebody receives these pillow covers, this is the only way they are going to be super satisfied. Quality in this case is nothing to worry about because I have ensured that I have some of the best cotton fabric. And I wouldn't want to ruin all that because if I go ahead now to just, junk this into some bag and send it off, the buyer is going to receive it. And then the first thing the buyer sees is that, why is this pillow cover so rumpled? I do not like the way it looks. Kind of looks not original. It doesn't look like fresh. And the person might just go ahead and begin to make complaints. But then now that I have looked through the fabric, I have ensured that every rest thread is taken out. And then I'm going to also ensure that this fabric, this pillow cover right now is properly pressed before going ahead, to package it. If I have done all that, I'm actually guaranteeing that whoever receives this pillow cover will have absolutely no reason whatsoever to complain because the quality in itself is 100%. The quality is already very decent, and then the finishing of the pillow cover is also very much on point. The delivery is on point. The packaging, the etiquette, everything is, highly on point. There is just no reason why a buyer like this would not also want to come back, to my shop in the event that he or she ever needs, pillow covers in the future. These are the little things that you can actually do, But then the problem is that a lot of us, we just, first of all, the project, you are tired, you are not motivated to finish the project. And whenever you get to finish the project, you are just, for one reason or the other, you're just in a hurry to just, ship out the item. You do not want to look through it. You don't want to meticulously observe every stitch to be sure that whatever you are sending out to your buyer actually meets the standard that they have actually paid for. Guys, if you understand how difficult it is to make money these days, you wouldn't want to send an item to somebody, the person receives the item and is not satisfied. It's very, very difficult right now. People are losing their jobs. They are not so much, gone are the days where people could just say, you know what, this is just 10 euros. I can decide to just ignore it. People are having really difficult time, making this money. And when they have to spend 30 euros, $30, $40 on your shop, first trusting you that you're going to send them very good quality stuff. And then you go ahead and send them items that do not meet their expectation. Man, they are going to be disappointed. And most of the time, they are not going to hesitate to want to initiate a return. So the time you spend actually looking through your clothes, your finished project, actually plays a major role. People want to receive items that will be comparable, to what they are used to. People are used to shopping online on Amazon. People are used to shopping at St. Oliver. People are used to shopping, at IKEA, some of the big brands that you have out there. And then when they decide for one reason or the other to patronize you because they have seen your videos online, they have seen that you actually have very decent products. To be said, you really cannot tell the product of an item when you're taking a look at it on the monitor screen or on your phone. But then the moment they receive the item, this is when they really want to, judge your work. And you do not want to jeopardize, that trust. There are so many people offering the same service you are offering right now on the internet. If you just go onto TikTok right now and try to take a look at handmade products, perhaps pillow covers, doesn't matter what it is. I mean, TikTok is even if you go onto Etsy, you will see that a lot of people are actually doing the same thing that you are doing. They are selling pillow covers, they are selling bed covers, selling all manner of covers, chair covers, table covers, whatever it is. They are selling everything. And if somebody now decides to buy from you, you should actually be very thankful of the fact that somebody found your shop and decided to stop by, and spend 20 euros, 30 euros, $30, depending on what currency you actually list your item in. You see, when people buy this stuff, they do not want to be disappointed. I personally, if I go online to shop for stuff, I do not want to receive items that will make me angry. I just want to get items that when I see it, actually at first glance, I want to receive an item that looks, very premium. This is the reason why you actually have to do your due diligence, ensure that when you finish sewing, that shouldn't be the end of the project. I understand sometimes some projects just takes abnormally very long time to create. And as soon as you get off your sewing machine, you are pretty much like, man, I'm so happy I finished this project. I'm done. I can't wait to send it out. But then that is a bad habit to develop. When you finish sewing your clothes, make it a point of duty, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how time challenging the project has been, make it a point of duty to actually take a look at the stuff you have made, ensure that there are no rest threads, ensure that you properly iron these clothes. And even if you are packing this product, ensure that you use very friendly packaging materials, because the packaging material that you also use in sending out your item also has a way of making the product, whatever it is, could be a bed cover or pillow cover, has a way of making your product very, very professional. I see, we're in the days where you can actually go ahead and use AI to design a very friendly flyer that you can actually include in your packaging. I use transparent packaging papers to package my pillow covers, and then drop in my etiquette in the cover before putting them in the shipping boxes. In this way, when somebody receives my pillow cover, the first thing they see is that they see that the item looks very premium. There are a lot of etiquette in the packaging. And then when the person goes ahead to open the pillow cover, the person is only just going to be satisfied because I have actually taken pains to ensure that they are in the best possible condition. And then when the person decides to use the product, perhaps it's a pillow cover the person wants to sleep, person is going to receive very fresh pillow cover, premium quality. And these are all what goes into the experience that people have whenever they shop on your website, on your shop, on eBay. Doesn't matter where you sell, but then this experience, do not for one reason or the other jeopardize it. When people trust you, you also have to deliver on that trust. It's not just about you sending them premium quality cotton. It also goes a long way if you actually ensure that the delivery process, the shipping process, the packaging process, the finishing of the fabric itself is all something to write home about. I hope this video encourages you to do the right thing, put in the time that you need to make your clothes actually look like ready-made. And until I see you again in the next video, peace.